Yo, what's up, guys? Man, what a shit way for the Leafs to lose a hockey game tonight. Losing to the San Jose Sharks 3-2 in a penalty shootout, blowing a 2-0 lead in the third period to one of the worst teams in the NHL, guys. Like, honestly, I'm a little bit pissed off about this loss tonight. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Honestly, I thought the Leafs played okay in the first two periods of this hockey game, especially in the second period. I thought the Leafs were the way better hockey team in the second period. They only held San Jose to 3 shots in the second period. Even in the first period, the Leafs had a couple power plays, even though they didn't score in the first period. They looked really good on the power play. I thought for sure sooner or later they were going to get a goal on the power play, and obviously they didn't, scoring the 2 goals in the game that they had scored were both on the power play, obviously. You know what I mean? And going into the third, us Leaf fans are probably thinking comfortably, you know what, the Leafs don't really give up much leads. They're 27-0 going into the third period with the lead. San Jose had a record of 1 win, 23 losses, and 3 overtime/shootout losses. Like, are you bloody kidding me? The Leafs to blow a 2-0 lead to this team full of young kids, a rebuilding team, and to lose like this, obviously you gain a point. But still, you had Tampa and Florida playing tonight. Tampa Bay lost to Florida 2-1. This was a massive opportunity for the Maple Leafs to gain some steam, gain a little bit more space between them and Tampa Bay. And then they go and blow a 2-0 lead like this to the San Jose Sharks. Like, honestly. The Leafs had a great opportunity in overtime there where they got that power play where San Jose got the penalty at the end of regulation. And the Leafs for 2 minutes were all over San Jose and they couldn't bury a goal on Gorgiev. Willie Nylander had some great chances on the power play there in overtime. 2 or 3 opportunities. Leafs couldn't bury them. Really frustrating. Give San Jose credit. They battled all game. They were busting the Leafs' chops all game. They were really solid. They were pestering the Maple Leafs. You got to give the Sharks some credit. They were really good. Gorgiev was really good in net as well, as I thought. But even on the second goal that the Sharks scored, Benoit was weak on that goal. You know what I mean, guys? Like, holy shit. Brad Treliving better get on the phone, man. ASAP. Get a defenseman into this hockey team immediately. Get a third-line center. This team is still not ready for playoff hockey, guys. I'm sorry to say. I'm being completely blunt and honest here. You cannot be blowing 2-0 leads to the 29th place team in the NHL. You can't do it. It's unfathomable to me that this hockey team still doesn't learn. Like, I understand that they have been great defending leads all year. That's not the point, though. I'm thinking ahead. Playoffs. Okay? They cannot do that in the playoffs, all right? That's going to bite them in the ass, right? I get it's regular season. It's the beginning of March. I understand that. But these are habits you don't want to see when April comes around. Listen, we've been through this for 8 years, guys. Okay, we see the mistakes these guys make in the regular season, and they don't fix them when it comes to playoff time, okay? It's about good and bad habits. The Leafs still have some bad habits that they got to kick, That game yesterday against Pittsburgh, multiple lead changes. You should not be beating Pittsburgh 6-5 in overtime. You should be beating them in regulation, right? Playing this extra hockey, wearing yourselves out. Very frustrating at times, this Maple Leafs team. Yeah, okay, they had won 5 in a row coming out of the Four Nations. Obviously, their 5-game winning streak is snapped, obviously. Would have been great to see them win 6 in a row, right? And you think against a team like San Jose, you would think for sure, okay, the Maple Leafs are going to win this game, no problem, up to nothing, going into the third. And then they do this. You lay a dud like that in the third period and in overtime. Honestly, like in the third period, San Jose dominated the Leafs. They were all over the Leafs. The Leafs had 1 shot on net. After, 10 minutes into the third period? It's pathetic. It's not good enough. I don't know what you guys think. Leave comments if you guys want, but I don't think this team is good enough yet. Obviously, we got the trade deadline coming up on Friday. Absolutely massive. This is probably the biggest trade deadline in the Core 4 era. Because I'm telling you guys right now, if the Maple Leafs do not improve and we get another first-round exit, we know we're saying goodbye to possibly 2 Toronto boys and possibly blowing this thing up. Honestly, guys, I swear to God, the Leafs better not fuck around this year. They better not screw around at the trade deadline. Get some pieces that'll help this team get better and get stronger, especially down the middle, guys. We need that third-line center immediately. This loss here, it worried me a little bit, okay? I get it's San Jose, the team, like I said, it's March, trying to get to the playoffs, yada, yada, yada. Doesn't matter. You got to win these games. You got to get first place in the Atlantic. The Leafs do not have the luxury of blowing games. They do not have that luxury, okay? We have been consistently finishing second or third in the division. The Leafs have to make it a priority to finishing first in the Atlantic this year, guys. Luckily enough, they got a point. Okay, because Florida, like I said, they won tonight. So the Leafs still have a point lead on Florida and a game in hand. But listen, guys, it doesn't matter. You cannot take these games for granted against smaller opponents. You got to beat these teams. Okay, maybe it's a blip on the radar. Maybe it's a one-off. But it doesn't matter, guys. The Pittsburgh game yesterday, the San Jose game today, a little bit of a worrying sign for me. Luckily enough, the deadline's coming around the corner, like I mentioned. Hopefully, Brad Treliving's working those phones because the Leafs desperately need some help on the defensive end. Okay, they still need another guy, I think, and they obviously need the biggest glaring position, a third-line center, guys. But honestly, guys, tough loss tonight for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Very frustrating loss for them. They should have won this hockey game tonight. Had many opportunities to win this hockey game tonight. Give the Sharks some credit. They battled. They were all over the Maple Leafs in the third period. They had some opportunities in overtime. Stolarz came up big in overtime for the Maple Leafs, but it wasn't good enough, guys. Obviously he came up big in that one opportunity where Morgan Riley screwed up, got the Leafs caught in San Jose's end deep, and San Jose came back. Stolarz made some big saves. The one at the end there, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Stoli, he did what he could, gave the Leafs an opportunity to win. Unfortunately, the Leafs were not good enough, guys. Sharks take away the 2 points. Let's hopefully the Leafs play better in their next game, guys, because the Leafs, like I've been saying, need to make it a priority to win the Atlantic Division. But guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, click like if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Leafs, go, guys. And remember, if you do not watch sports, you're a mort. Ciao, guys.